Hi, I'm Leslie,
And I'm Andrea.
and our presentation is on Chapter 7.
Moral Development, Parents and Schools.
Before we begin, take a moment to pause and reflect about the question before you. Earlier in the chapter, we saw that both Piaget and Kohlberg maintain that peer relations are an important context for moral development. Adolescents' experiences in families and schools also are important contexts for moral development. Moral discipline techniques include love withdrawal. An example would be a parent withholding attention or love from an adolescent. Power assertion. Example would be spanking, threatening, and removing resources. Induction. The parent uses reason and explanation of the consequence for others, so calmly explaining why it would be harmful to steal from another person.
Please open the link below to view the video on power assertion.
If love withdrawal and power assertion are given before induction, they will still have created enough anxiety that the moral lesson may be missed. Power assertion is the least desirable to use because it is a weak model of self-control. It basically shows individuals who cannot control their feelings. The hidden curriculum is conveyed by the moral atmosphere that is a part of every school. The moral atmosphere is created by school and classroom rules, the moral orientation of teachers and school administrators, and text materials. Teachers serve as models of ethical or unethical behavior. Classroom rules and peer relations at school transmit attitudes about cheating, lying, stealing, and consideration for others. Character education is a direct moral education approach that involves teaching students a basic moral literacy to prevent them from engaging in immoral behavior or doing harm to themselves or others.
The next approach is values clarification. This approach focuses on helping people clarify what is important to them, what is worth working for, and what purpose their lives are to serve. In values clarification, students are encouraged to define their own values and understand others' values. The next approach is cognitive moral education. This is based on the belief that students should learn to value things like democracy and justice as their moral reasoning develops. The hope with cognitive moral education is that students will develop more advanced notions of concepts such as cooperation, trust, responsibility, and community. In service learning, adolescents engage in activities such as tutoring, helping older adults, working in a hospital, or assisting at a child care center. An important goal of service learning is that adolescents become less self-centered and more strongly motivated to help others. Service learning is often more effective when the two conditions listed below are met. Researchers have found that adolescents who participate in service learning earn higher grades in school, have increased goal setting, higher self-esteem, and are more likely to volunteer in the future. Cheating. A moral education concern is whether students cheat and how to handle the cheating if it is detected. Some examples of cheating that are likely to be found in schools include plagiarism, cheat sheets during an exam, and copying from a neighbor. Some reasons for why students cheat include the pressure for getting high grades, time pressures, poor teaching, and lack of interest. Below are 3 ways to help prevent students from cheating. An integrative approach. This program builds on the concept of expertise with the goal of turning moral novices into moral experts by educating students about 4 ethical skills that moral experts possess. The first ethical skill is ethical sensitivity. This deals with understanding emotional expression and taking the perspective of others. The second skill is ethical judgment. This deals with understanding ethical problems, reasoning generally, and understanding consequences. The third skill is ethical focus. This deals with respecting others, acting responsibly, helping others, and finding meaning in life. The last skill is ethical action. This deals with resolving conflicts, asserting respectfully, and taking initiative as a leader. Case study. Henry, a talented minority student with a sick mother, sees his only chance to make something of his life is to become a professional basketball player. For Henry, it is a case of staying in school with a shot at the pros or going back to the ghetto and a life of menial labor or chronic unemployment. How would you support your diabetic widowed mother? You have a D+, C- average going into the final paper. You have to pull a high grade to get your average up to stay in school and play ball. You know that treating a source as if it were your own work is wrong, but you have been improving and honestly passing the course so far. What would you do? Take a minute to think about the case study. Put yourself in Henry's place and think back to ethical sensitivity. Here we discuss considering the perspective of others. Using this case study, consider what your own actions might be if you were Henry. Then consider what your actions might be as his teacher when you catch him cheating.